Hello and welcome, I'm Misstical. This Misstical Gaming. We're jumping into Watcher of Realms. Now I want to quickly go over the Pantheon or Hyperion, depending on which way around you want to word it. But essentially this gives you a lot of bonuses. It's worth knowing about, particularly if you're a beginner player and you're watching CC guides, okay? Because this gives you a lot of bonuses. So this one here is done on my Forerunner account. You can see just down here it says level 220, which is the maximum level. And all of these are at level 80, which is the maxed out level here. So when we jump onto my global account, I haven't maxed it out yet. We've still got a little way to go. Not far, probably a pair of weeks or something like that, and we'll be done. Now, bonuses on the far right, we can see just above it says these are the total Pantheon bonus attributes. All deployed heroes receive these bonus attributes. So that means when you're watching a guide and you see the gear and you put the same gear on the same hero, you've got the same awakenings and you do less damage or you die earlier, this is probably the reason why that it's happening to you, okay? Because the person you're watching probably has one maxed out. So attack, for example, will be a full 20% weather. But you probably haven't got the same Hyperion / Pantheon level as those. So let's have a quick look through this. So when we're leveling it up, we need these insignias. And where do we get our insignias from? Well, we get the insignias from our faction trials. So this is the faction trials where we get everything from. If we have a look at the basic one here, we get our sheltered insignia. Now when we do stages 1 to 3, we can see we get the green ones. We get level 1. When we do stages 4, we get level 2. That goes up to stage 7, and then when you hit level 8, you get insignia level 3. Right, that's sorted. Now the different level insignias are needed or required to level up different aspects of your Pantheon. Now you don't have to drop or wait until you can do the next level with regards to your faction trials. So for example, if I'm doing level 4, I'm getting these blue insignias, but down here there is an assemble and disassemble option, so you can click into that. Now if I am doing stages 8, for example, I would get level 3 insignias. Now if my Pantheon is lower level, it may need insignia level 2s to upgrade. I don't have to drop down the level I'm doing. I can disassemble the purple ones I've got on my level 3 ones to make more level 2 ones. And likewise, if I am only doing levels 1 to 3, for example, on this, and I need blue ones, then I can assemble my lower level insignias and I can upgrade them to blue ones, and then I can level up my Pantheon bonuses, okay, and get my Pantheon leveled up and get those rewards faster, okay. Now back to the Pantheon. So when we come in here and have a look, it's not only the attributes that we get. There's also an events thing down here. Now this can give you quite a few clues to what level the CC is, or what level their Hyperion or Pantheon bonuses they're getting, okay. So when we have a look at this, at level 220 increases hero capacity by 50 slots, okay. At 280 increases gear capacity by 100 slots. So when you're watching a video about gear clearing and things like that, if you have a look at the gear, when they show you the gear, you can see up here, if they've only got 2,400 slots, then you know they are lower than 280. If they've got 2,500, their Pantheon bonus is probably above 280. Okay, and now the same also goes with the heroes. If they've got 770 slots, assuming they've brought all the slots as well, the only way they would have got that is if at level 320 for their Pantheon bonus, okay. So if they fully leveled it up, then they would have got all the event rewards in there as well, okay. So there you are, and that means they are getting, all their heroes are getting these extra attributes every time they deploy a hero. That hero gets these attributes passed on. Couple of things with this, okay, to the best of my knowledge, if you're doing things like the Odyssey's quest, now there are quests in there with a hero of X amount of speed, or with a hero with X amount of attack. This, to the best of my knowledge, is not included in that. It's the hero specifically at the point of deployment that quest is after, okay. So I do not believe these are added in. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain they're not added in, okay. So Odyssey quests, these do not count towards them, okay. pretty much everything else they count towards. Okay, so just be aware of that when you are looking at a guide or something that you're following. Be aware that this doesn't show up. Now, a lot of people have asked for it to show up when looking at the gear, that the Pantheon bonus would be quite nice. It was just down here, so it'd be clearly displayable, but it's not. The only place you really get to see it, now I do try to do, and I am quite terrible at it. So when I go to fight in a stage, only down here, if this is up, can you see the Pantheon level displayed down here? I've done it in a couple of videos, but to be honest, I'm not particularly good at remembering myself. I would urge you to assume that the video you're watching has maximum Pantheon level, okay? Which does make it particularly hard when you're trying to do videos that people have requested for levels. Like I had a request the other day, can you show me how to do stages 318? I've got this sort of thing, and it would be quite nice to go back with newer heroes, that sort of thing, that have come out and redo them. But my account is fudged to a point where you can't really change it. It has prompted me to ask the question, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. So I put this in the other day to switch off the Pantheon bonus. It's an in-game suggestion. Haven't heard anything from the devs if I ever will or not. Maybe I probably never will, and this will probably never take off. But I did ask the question. It'd be quite nice to be able to switch it off and do guides with new heroes, but no Pantheon bonus. And I can get terrible gear, that's not an issue, and I don't have to roll it all up, that's not an issue, so that could go ahead quite easily. However, the other thing to be aware of though, so assuming that you've maxed out your Pantheon bonus and you've got it all done, so I'm nearly there. Now, when I've got this done, other than the actual rewards for doing the faction trials and the star reward to the faction trials, is there a point in carrying on to do this and getting the insignias? Arguably not. However, I will continue to do them. So this has come up in Dev Insights on more than one occasion. Okay, can you increase the Hyperion max level and get harder faction trial stages, get more insignias? Boom. And then some other bits about it. Now, thanks for your feedback. There will be new features and play modes for the Hyperion's future version. So there are future versions of the Hyperion coming out. We are preparing it at the moment. More stages are being made for the faction trials. Check, we've seen those and got those up and running, okay? And the first batch of new stages will be introduced very soon. Please stay tuned. So I don't know whether that is just reference to faction trials or this is going to get leveled up. So I will keep doing it and keep claiming the insignias, because there are a bunch of stats over here like defense percent, magic resistance percent, that sort of thing, rage reach 10, they haven't done anything with. Now they might, that might be it in the future. There may be more levels coming to it, so you'd get more event rewards. Maybe that's something else they're considering. I don't know, but I will keep doing it just in case, right? But be aware when you're watching a video, assume that the CC who's doing the video for you has a maximum level, and all those heroes have those bonus attributes added on when they place them down, okay? Please make sure of that, because I know I'm terrible at putting that down or putting that information out when I do a video, but I would always hedge my bets and assume that is how they're doing it with a maximum Pantheon, okay? That's me done for the day. Thank you very much for your time. Tomorrow morning, hopefully I'll be about in time and we'll knock something out quickly about the patch that's dropping on the Forerunner. But if you could leave me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, would help me out massively. See you all in a video again soon. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers. Goodbye.